Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. I got home about an hour ago from Chicagoland, USA. I went to the Christmas concert for the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. Um, how was the concert? Unremarkable, non-memorable, very forgettable, um, lackluster, unfeeling, just there. It was there. It was. I went to a concert, sat there for most of it. I left early. I didn't feel bad about it. And that's about it. I don't really have much to say. It wasn't like the Kennedy Center. It wasn't that Houston concert from what, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. It was just kind of there. Um, there was like some questionable choices for music they were playing. They played a set of three Scottish dances. I'm like, I didn't quite get the Christmas connection. And then they played a Handel piece that's going to be played as coordination of King Charles to what is he, second or third, whatever. I'm like, what does this have to do with Christmas? Yeah, okay, to say Hallelujah a couple times, but okay. I don't really know why they did that. I think if you wanted to bring in something from the British Isles, you could have done like Good King Wenzel's and like Saw Three Ships of Sailing in and like maybe the St. Stephen's Day Murders and just, do like a trio of that. That would have been nice and Christmassy. Uh, as for that half classical, like highbrow classical music, so I heard some things that I probably haven't heard before, and that was fine. Um, they did like the 12 Days of Christmas with like some audience participation. It was fine. Honestly, it's hard to top. You know what I'm going to say. It's hard to top the Boston Pops version of 12 Days of Christmas. I don't know anyone that can top that at all. I don't, yeah. I thought the Symphony Hall, it's okay. I think it was built in 1910, 1920, I think. I looked it up online last night. I don't quite remember, but I think the sound ambience in there was that great. The trombones, they had a very, very nice, like, 1940s LP warmth to them that I just absolutely adored. So those trombone players, I don't know what the hell y'all were doing. Keep that up. It was awesome. It was adorable. I love all of y'all. Brass section was okay. It was okay. But the hall just wasn't quite doing it all the way. And I read on the internet, so it must be true that it's not acoustically the finest symphony hall in the country. And there are some dead spots, and there was some back and forth online about where's the best section to sit, where's the worst section to sit. I was like, okay. Like I've sat in various places at Symphony Hall, Boston. I don't think there's a bad seat in that entire building. I mean, at all. I thought Pittsburgh had a beautiful tone to it. Plus, I mean, Heinz Hall is just like, oh, Lord, built at like the height of American opulence. Oh my Lord, that place is beautiful. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh's not. Um, yeah, but everyone I met in Chicago was very friendly, very nice. I did not get murdered, stabbed, robbed, mugged, or anything like that. I noticed a lot of people throwing up in trash cans on the subway. I guess that's a thing up there. I don't know. I mean, hey, every city's got their own little thing that they like to do. But yeah, everyone I met up there was real nice and friendly. I thought people were fine. A lot of empty retail spaces in downtown Chicago that kind of threw me off because, like in Boston, everybody they were like, "Yo," and there's hardly any empty retail spots in Boston. Um, I found the people to be very nice. The subway ride to and from the airport was like bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That was cool. It was like, hey, I'm getting my $5 out of this. Airport in Nashville going up was just easy breezy. O'Hare today, I was pretty like an hour to get all the way through security, and my plane was delayed. And then I it was like they were saying it was delayed again, but then it turned out only being 40 minutes delayed. But I was at the airport for a very long time, so I got there super early because I did not want to miss the plane. Drive home from Nashville took an hour and a half longer than what it should because of traffic, but I made it home safely. I'm happy about that. My dogs are good. A friend stayed and took care of the dogs, and he did a fine job. Got no complaints. Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it. Everything seems fine at the house. The concert just wasn't, aside from the trombones. Really like the trombone section. Whatever they were doing, however they were doing, keep it up. And the concert just didn't really do anything for me at all. Everyone else, I think everyone there was having a fine time. I was not. It got to halftime. I thought I'm just gonna go back. No, I came all this way. I'm gonna stay. I went no. No. I'll stay. I paid. I'll stay. And then the second half starts, and like you're picking up, you're picking up the program book, and you're just like, we got like 9 pieces. Okay, we've had 2, so we got 7 more. Oh, yeah, we got 3. Oh, we got like 6 more to go. And it's like, you know what? I'm done. I walked out and the usher opened the door and he's like, "Do you need to know where the bathroom is, sir?" I'm like, "No, I'm bouncing." He's like, "Oh, you're leaving?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done for tonight. But you have a good Christmas, sir." He's like, "You have a good Christmas too." I'm like, "Thank you, I will." I got my coat and I walked down the flights of stairs, and they were doing Leroy Anderson's Sleigh Ride, which was written for the Boston Pops like way back in the day, and I love that piece. And originally I thought I'll stay to hear that, but I'm like, yeah, I've heard enough. But it sounded better in the lobby with the doors closed than what it did in the actual hall, in my opinion. And I'm like, damn, Sleigh Ride sounds pretty good from the lobby. I'm like, I just stayed out here all night. But like I said, I think I was the only person there who just wasn't quite feeling it. And maybe I'm sure part of that's me. I've not been in the best of moods for the past week. But it just wasn't. I didn't think it was a great Christmas concert. I got back to the hotel and I was like, you know what? I'm in Chicago. Boston's just like right across the way. I got on Travelocity and I'm like, okay, flight from Chicago to Boston one way, and then Boston back to Alabama the next day and get a hotel. I'll get a ticket. I'll fly to Boston. I'll go to the Boston Pops. I'll fly home the next morning, like super early. I'll get the 5 a.m. flight. I'll be home lickety split. There was one flight for like $400 something that was 10 hours, and it wouldn't get me there till like late in the evening. And then there were 2 other flights. I think they were like 800 and 900, and the times were just like insane. And I'm like, no, can't do that. So, yeah, I really miss my Boston Pops this year. I wish that had worked out last week. I think maybe if I had worked a little bit harder, I could have made it happen. But I thought, well, I'll do this Chicago thing because I had the chance to cancel Boston and not lose any money, but I couldn't cancel Chicago without losing all the money. So, cheers, Chicago. But it did help me decide to not go to Harry Potter next month. Y'all know I had to buy all those tickets to get the John Williams ticket. And Harry Potter, I had 2 tickets for that, one for Rose, one for me. Since she has bailed on that entire concert series, I was like, well, I'll fly up for myself. I'd already, like, priced the tickets, but I was walking back to the hotel. I'm like, I'm not coming up for Harry Potter next month. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan to start with, and it's like I'm good. I'll be back in March for John Williams. Yeah, I think that will build like end my relationship with the Chicago Symphony. I did find, I asked a couple people in the Symphony Hall during halftime. It's like, are you excited I wasn't coming back for Harry Potter? I'm like, hey, do you like Harry Potter? Do you want 2 free Harry Potter tickets? People just looked at me like I was like offering them drugs or something. Like, what are you doing? So I got no takers from that, and I got supper at the bar at the hotel before I went to the concert, and I asked the bartender lady, I'm like, is it safe to walk down the street? And she's like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, okay. And then I got back and went to the room, and then I went down back to the bar. I'm like, I want a Sprite, and I want like some fattening, high calorie ice cream dessert thing, and they had like a double brownie. Got that. And we were talking, and she's very nice. We spoke for Veronica, very nice young lady. And I asked her, like, do you like Harry Potter? I'm like, it's like some weird like pickup line in a bar. And she's like, oh, I love Harry Potter. Like a couple of weeks ago, I binged all the movies and blah, blah. And she's talking about Harry Potter. I'm like, and I said, okay, hey, look, it's going to sound weird, but look, I had to buy a bunch of tickets to get tickets to the one concert I really wanted. And in that set is 2 tickets to Harry Potter, January 14th. It's a Saturday. If you would like those tickets, I will send them to you and you can go to the concert for free. And she was floored. And I'm like, excellent. So she wrote down her address, her phone number, and she's like, yeah, you can send them to me, and I'll send you some pictures from the show. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We chit-chatted a bit. Very nice young lady. She promoted my brownie and my Sprite. I was like, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Very nice girl. Very nice girl. I hope she enjoys the show. I think she will. So I'm grateful for that. But I can't say it was a bad trip. It felt like a long trip today. Today it felt very long. I was up at 5. I was at the airport for like 5 hours, maybe 6, and then the drive home took about twice what it normally takes. Traffic was constantly moving, but for like an hour, I think I was doing 5 miles an hour. And but at least it wasn't stopped. It kept moving, so that's good. I bought nothing. I came home with no souvenirs, which I don't think I've ever done before. I don't think I've ever gone on a trip where I haven't come back with something like a book or like a thrift store find, or something. I came home with nothing at all. I got some fancy chocolates and a coffee cup for Rose at O'Hare because I'm just a sap. But that's it. I got nothing. I wanted to bring home that Brachiosaurus. Don't think I could have fit it on the plane. But yeah, that's the concert in Chicago. I've pretty much completely forgotten the entire concert at this point in time. I think I've forgotten most of it before I got back to my hotel last night. It just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't there for me. But no hard feelings. I'm not angry about it. It's just like, okay, so it is. So it is. So it was. That's it. Just blow through the chat here real fast. David says he's hoping it was an enjoyable concert. I mean, it was a forgettable concert. I like that. I'm not angry. It wasn't the Kennedy Center. It was not Kennedy Center. But it's just it wasn't the Boston Pops. I guess it's so when you've had that, it's hard to compete with that. I'll be upfront about that, but yeah, I was completely dead inside. How about that? I was dead and lifeless inside. David had similar thoughts about it was very classical heavy on the program. Yeah. David liked my 1940s horn trombone LP description. Big Al's in the house. How are you, sir? Professor Geek, did I get any Chicago style pizza? Yes, I think. According to the box on the pizza at the airport, it said it was Chicago style pizza. It tasted very suspiciously like pizza you get at the freezer section from your local grocery store and you put in the microwave. But it was like $15 and it was about to big around in the box. I think that's just airport food for you. I did get an awfully good cheeseburger down the street from the hotel. That was very tasty. But yeah, so 2 concert tickets for a brownie and a Sprite. Yes, that was not my original intent going in. I was not trading 2 Harry Potter concert tickets for the brownie and the Sprite. But if you want to work it that way, I guess it was $100 for the brownie and $100 for the Sprite with 2 refills. Wow, Fan Man is watching one of my streams. And early Merry Christmas to you, Birdman. Thank you, Fan Man. Wow, I don't think you've ever been on a show before. Wow. And I've been meaning to ask you, do you still want a double-breasted, like old school classic hardcore trench coat? Because I've got a Paul Stewart. If you don't know Paul Stewart, I'll forgive you, but Google Paul Stewart so you can realize what I'm offering you. You need to realize what I'm offering you. It's a Paul Stewart trench coat. I've got 3. I've got a Hickey Freeman, a Burberry, and the Paul Stewart. And I really don't need all these clothes anymore. The Burberry's olive, so I'm keeping that because it's not standard khaki. And the Hickey Freeman is single-breasted. This one's double-breasted. It's got the wool lining. It's Paul Stewart. I think it will fit you. If you want it, if you will treasure it and use it and love it forever, I will send it to you. If at any point in time you decide you don't want it anymore, send it back to me, please, because it's a Paul Stewart. Okay? So, Google Paul Stewart. Yeah, David, something great about a double-breasted, like traditional old school trench coat. Yeah, I know. But yeah, family, I think you'll love it. It's Paul Stewart. Did I mention it's Paul Stewart? I mean, come on. It's Paul Stewart. Anyways, I think you're about my size, family. I'm 6 foot and like 220. I think if you're between like 190 and 230, it should fit you just fine. Eric Woods in the house. You, me, Chicago, March 2023. Baby, it's on. You bring the Valium in case I need it that night, just in case, Veronica said she would love to see me again next time I'm in town, so we can go and get shepherd's pie and Sprites and those big brownie things and walk down the street to the concert. Yes. Okay, Payman says he would love it, but not sure how much use it would get down here in South Louisiana. That's not my problem. That's your problem. But needing to just clear out, extra clothing is my problem. So I'm putting one of my problems onto you. If you want it, it's not costing you anything. I'm gonna put it in a box and put your name on it and some shipping. And it's gonna come to you, so you'll have it. You're not gonna wear it out, and it's not gonna go out of style. So unless you gain a lot of weight, you should have it forever. It's your call, my friend. I missed your shows. I missed your weekly live streams. Sometimes when I'm having like a bad day or a rough time emotionally or something, I'll like look up your old shows because they're always entertaining. They always make me laugh. I always enjoy your content. I wish you'd come back and do live shows again. You were a joy to behold on YouTube. And oh God, I miss you, Fan Man. Like YouTube misses you. The world misses you. The world needs you, Fan Man. Come back, please. Come back. Please come back. And Merry Christmas, Fan Man. And I have a Christmas present for you. I haven't mailed it yet. It'll probably be January, but it's all good. So yeah, that was the Chicago trip. The concert just wasn't. Just wasn't much. There's Professor Geek getting saucy. We're just not going to highlight that comment. Yeah, any questions about Chicago? It was cold. People throwing up the trash cans. Shepherd's pie was good. The brownie was cool. Veronica seemed very nice young lady. She had her accent is to New York what Ellie Mae is to the South. Okay, so I'm back and forth between Payman and Professor Geek. Anyways, that's really all I got. I don't have like an hour-long rant on this concert. I don't. I don't care. Um, and I hate that. I really do, because I really wanted to go and enjoy this. And I was looking at flights to Chicago. I'm like, I mean, they're not bad, and the hotels are much cheaper than Boston. And it's like you get like a second symphony orchestra to like be a groupie up now. But I don't think it's them. I just don't. Um, we just weren't clicking. No slide on any of them. Trombone players, love y'all, but I rest this one. Okay. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm really tired. It's been a long ass 2 days. Everyone, stay warm. It's going to get cold here pretty soon. Adopt, don't shop. Keep listening to great film music. Regular scheduled programming will return in January. I'm not sure for the rest of the year. It's kind of crazy with the holidays. I'm not sure what Boomer's schedule is, or Eric, or Ian's, or mine, some part. Thank you to all who gave positive feedback on the Houston concert. I'm glad that some people enjoyed it, and those of you who didn't, I think we're all just got the same mindset there. But I'm grateful and thankful that some people did enjoy it. Thank you for watching it. And yeah, I guess that's all I got about Chicago. I'm still like kind of thrown off that Fan Man showed up for one of my shows. Thank you, sir. And Eric, yes, I got the room reserved for John Williams in March, whatever days it were. I looked up this morning. I was like, I need a room for 2 nights, 2 beds for this date, and so it is, and so it is. But yeah, I was usually free if I need a co-host. Yes, as always. I am looking forward to the John Williams concert. He'll be 91 February 8th, and like I always say, you never know this will be the last one. So I am looking forward to that very much. And Eric, you're definitely going. I'm looking forward to that as well. Go out, have fun in Chicago, which for me that means I will find a comic book store and a record store and a thrift store. Amen says, what's this all about John Williams and the Indy 5 soundtrack? Is there a release date for the soundtrack yet? Is there a playlist for it? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. John Williams is scoring Indy 5. He says that will be his last film. But he also said at a concert recently, like, well, it's kind of hard to say no to Steven, and he's been talking to me about these other 2 movies, and well, so it's kind of open-ended there, and I hope he does come back to score, more films. But I can see his point, at his age. But he is scoring Indy 5. They're rescoring the end of the film because they're reshooting the end of the film, according to John Williams. So he's got to go back and rescore it. Yeah, he revealed there were multiple endings. Multiple meaning at least 2, because he said he's got to rescore the ending because they're shooting a new ending. So I'm guessing he's scored 1, and now they're redoing another one. So anything other than that is just, people talking like, well, I think there's a bunch of different endings. They've said there's been no test screenings. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of hate on YouTube of rumors and everything else, but they are filming a new ending, and he is rescoring the ending of the film. So there are at least 2 endings, at least, that we know of. Beyond that, I don't like to speculate, get all crazy, but I'm hopeful for the film. I remember Frank Marshall said on a Facebook posting like a year ago, he's like, we're going to get this one right no matter how long it takes us. So the movie's been delayed for a year. I'm like, okay, cool. That I like that attitude. I like that attitude. Yes, Fan Man, the music will be awesome. The music for Crystal Skull was awesome. The soundtrack release that we got was not so much. Everything was chopped up and out of order. And what the hell? You put the Jungle Chase in the 30 different cues. Why? I don't know. But it is. There it is. I am hopeful for Indy 5. I am. So, but if nothing else, the music should be top notch. I'm not thrilled with Polina's theme. I haven't gone back to it. I listened to it a couple times when it first dropped. I haven't gone back to it. Maybe, I hear it live, or it gets closer to the time. I hear it more often. It'll grow me, but it didn't just jump up and smack me in the face. Yeah, Fan Man, I were out the Last Crusade too. That was the first CD that I bought ever. I bought it on cassette and CD the same day. And my sister was like, "You don't even have a CD player. You're so stupid." I'm like, "Whatever, I'll have a CD player one day, and then I can play this." You know how brothers and sisters are. But I would say my favorite Indiana Jones movie is the one that I'm currently watching, or the one I'm currently listening to. That's the most I can narrow it down. So, but thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas, stay warm, adopt, don't shop, keep listening to great film music. No hate for the Chicago Symphony, just wasn't buttering my toast, at least not last night. And again, part of that may be me. I don't think acoustically it's the greatest concert hall in the country. Trombone section though, killing it, man, killing it. Sorry, I'm really tired tonight. I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed here pretty soon. Thank you, Veronica, for the brownie and the Sprite last night. Your concert tickets will go out tomorrow or the next day. And thank you, Fan Man, for coming by. Come by more often. We'd love to have you. Take care, stay warm. I think I already said that, and I'm going to sign off. Have a good night, everyone.